In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to use a written method to calculate a percentage increase. Now, in order to do this kind of work with no calculator, you need to be able to convert a percentage into a decimal, and you're also going to need to be able to multiply up to 3-digit by 3-digit or whatever, something like that. Now, if you can't do those things, there are tutorials available, and if you're watching this on YouTube, the tutorial URLs are going to be in the description. Okay, so let's get on with it. Increase 5,440 millimeters by 60%. So as I said, you're going to need to be able to rename a percent as a decimal. So let's deal with 60%. So 60%, percent means like out of 100 if you like. So it's going to be 60 out of 100. So it looks like this. Now we're going to convert that to a decimal, so we just do what this actually says, and this says 60 divided by 100. Now, the easy way to do this is just move the decimal point. The decimal point is here in a whole number at the end, and we're going to move the decimal point to the left when we divide to make this face value of that number smaller. So it's not going to be 60, it's going to be less than 60. And we're just going to move the decimal point over like this. We're going to be jumping. But how many place values will we jump? Well, because the denominator is 100, in other words, a multiple of 10, all you have to do is count up the number of zeros in the denominator, 1, 2. That tells us how many jumps we have to make. So 1 jump, 2 jumps. And so as a decimal, 60% is 0.6. Great. Now, what that means is that 5,440 multiplied, this is the by bit, so by means multiplied by 0.6. That will give us 60%. So let's do that. I'll do it over here. 5,440 multiplied by 0.6. Okay, so that's 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 4, 24, plus 2 is 26, and 6 times 5 is 30, plus 2 is 32. Where does the decimal point go? Well, that depends on how many decimal places there were in the question, and there's only one. So the decimal point goes here. So there's one decimal place in the whole question, so one decimal place in the answer. So I now know that the answer to 5,440 multiplied by 0.6 is 3,264. That is 60%. So all I have to do now is 5,440 plus 3,264. Just add them together, and I will then have the correct answer. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 4 plus 1 is 5, and 2 is 7, and 5 plus 3 is 8. Unit of measurement is millimeters, and so now I have the final answer. Let's have a look at the second one. I'm increasing 280 by 124%. Okay, so again, I have the same problem. 124 has to go over 100. That's the per 100. I'm going to have to convert 124 into a decimal. The decimal point in this whole number, 124, is here. And I'm going to move the decimal point to the left. How many jumps? 1, 2. 1, 2. So 124% is, as a decimal, 1.24. So I have to say 280 multiplied by 1.24. So let's get on with it. So 280 multiplied by 1.24. Okay, we'll ignore the decimal point until the very end. So 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 8, though, is 32. Carry that 3. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. Okay, finish with that. Finish with that. Hold the place. I'm up to 2 times 0. That's 0. 2 times 8, 16. And 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Okay, finish with that. Finish with that. Hold these two places. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 8 is 8. And 1 times 2 is 2. All I need to do is add these 3 rows up, and I get 0, 2, 7, 14, and that's a 3. So where does the decimal point go in? Again, how many decimal places were there in the question? Only 1, 2. So 1, 2, and the answer, decimal point goes here. So this is the 124%. So all I need to do now is add that to 280. So I'm going to do that, 347.2. So add them together, and that will give me the final answer. So 2 here, 7 here, I'm up to the decimal point, should put that in. 8 plus 4 is 12, and that is 6. And the unit of measurement is mils, and so the final answer is 627.2 milliliters. And that's how these questions can be done using no calculator. If you were to use a calculator, I suppose you would probably want to use it at this stage to avoid all that multiplication. Just do that to give you the percentage amount. That stage and this stage here, you could use it. However, I've just shown you how to calculate percentage increases solely by using a written method. Hope you found that useful.